It's always midnight somewhere, but here, it's midnight on purpose. You're tuned into the Gadget Rum Club Midnight Transmission, coming at you from the penthouse bunker 30 stories below the lie we used to call a city line. It's all black marble down here. Flickering wall panels, loop ghost feeds from obsolete satellites. There's a rum bar behind bulletproof glass. Not because I'm worried someone's coming, but because I know they already did. Outside the bunker window, there's a view. A cityscape that isn't real. 8K looped footage from a world that maybe never even existed. Digital rain falls in perfect symmetry. It's been raining the same way for 6,281 nights. You know, sometimes I stare at it and wonder if I ever actually lived above ground. Or if I've always been here, broadcasting into the void, waiting for someone else to remember what truth sounded like. But that's what this show is. A pirate signal. A whisper that made it past the firewall. A confession booth for the algorithm's unwanted children. This isn't news. It's not politics. This is reality management for people who know reality's been compromised. So if you're listening, you're either awake or you're just paranoid enough to start asking the right questions. And that makes you family. So grab a glass, check the locks, and dim the lights until you can see the static between your thoughts. The bunker's open. I'm FocusDan, and this is the Midnight Transmission. You know, there's this idea that people cling to, that the algorithm hates them. Like it wakes up every morning, stretches its synthetic arms, and says, you know what? Let's ruin FocusDan's day. Nah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't hate you. That would require awareness, emotion, judgment. The algorithm isn't malicious, it's mechanical. It's a compass with no north. It moves towards one thing and one thing only: engagement. And if your anxiety gets more clicks than your peace, well, guess what it's gonna serve you. It doesn't care about your politics. It doesn't care who you voted for. It doesn't care if you're sad, angry, broken, or numb. It only cares that you don't look away. It doesn't punish. It doesn't reward. It just adapts. Faster than you and faster than me. You think you're in control, but ask yourself, when's the last time you went online and didn't see something that made your blood rise? Something that wasn't shaped for you like a weapon wrapped in dopamine. You don't choose your feed chooses you. Not based on who you are, based on what keeps you there. It's not a conspiracy, it's worse. It's indifference scaled globally. And we're just rats in a maze that redesign itself every time we take a step. The algorithm doesn't hate you, but it will burn down your mind to keep the lights on. And if you're still wondering whether you're the user or the product, you already know the answer. You just haven't scrolled to it yet. I'm FocusDan. This is the Midnight Transmission. All right. Let's talk about peace. Or what they're selling is peace. Every app store has 1,000 variations now. Mindfulness, center yourself, optimize your flow. You know the ones. They play lo-fi beats, a loop video of a waterfall that hasn't existed since before the climate graphs got redder than a politician's bank account. It's branded calm, packaged serenity, sanitized stillness designed not to help you, but to keep you from breaking in public. You feel stress? Swipe here. You feel rage? Try our curated breathing path. Your grandmother died and your rent just tripled? There's a vibration setting for that. They're not offering healing, they're offering compliance. Because a person who's fully cracked might unplug. A person who's barely holding it together, that's ideal. Still working, still buying, still feeding the system data and doubt with every breath. The calm they give you is just another metric. Another way to monitor how well you're adapting to the chaos they engineered. And the worst part? They don't even need to lie. They just gamify your pain. Great job, you meditated for 5 minutes. Your stress levels are down 3.8%. Here's a badge. Meanwhile, your soul is in the corner, rocking back and forth, trying to remember what unstructured thought even feels like. This isn't self-care, it's self-containment. It's not healing, it's just a high-functioning ghost in a flesh-colored shell. Real peace doesn't track your heart rate. It doesn't offer you a discount code. Real peace is dangerous, because when you truly feel it, you stop needing them. And if your app ever tells you who you are, delete it. Or better yet, ask who made it, and why it needs you calm when the world is on fire. I'm FocusDan. This is Midnight Transmission. You know, there's a kind of silence that doesn't show up on audio meters. It's the one that hangs between your thoughts. The one that waits for you when the tabs finally close, when the last device goes dark and you realize you're still glowing. That's how I live now. This bunker, 30 floors below the curated world, was supposed to be a broadcast station, a haven, a fortress. But some nights it feels like a grave with better lighting. I've got 4 monitors, each one cycling its own version of reality. One shows news I don't trust. One shows people I don't know. One shows market data I stopped believing in 5 currencies ago. And the fourth shows me. Or at least something that looks like me. Lagging, blurred, maybe 5 seconds behind. Sometimes I move and it doesn't. Sometimes it moves and I don't. And I try not to look at that one for too long. You know, the rum helps. It always has. It softens the edges, rounds the dread into something I can hold in my hand. I sip, and I pretend I'm in control. That this voice, my voice, isn't just another generated persona the bunker stitched together to keep the service company. But then I wonder, if the signal cuts off, if the speakers go dead, if no one's listening, do I stop being real? Was I ever? I keep talking into the mic because I'm scared that if I stop, the silence will answer back. And I don't know if I want to hear what it has to say. I'm 30 stories under the surface of a world that's already forgotten me. Still talking, still sipping, still pretending that if I speak into the static long enough, someone might speak back. Or maybe not. Maybe this is it. The loop. The last honest voice in a room that was sealed shut years ago. If I disappear, just remember, it wasn't the silence that took me. It was the echo. I'm FocusDan. This is Midnight Transmission. You're on Gadget Rum Club Midnight Transmission, broadcasting from a secure location 90 feet beneath your algorithmic leash. Who's calling in from the smoke tonight?
It's Huffman. Dan, they took Jesus and now they calling me. I heard them, man, through the rice cooker.
Through the rice cooker?
Yeah, it beeped in Morse. You know what it said? You're next. 3 dots, 1 line. I checked the manual. Ain't no function for prophecy, Dan.
And who exactly is they, Huffman? Corporate food spies? Government test kitchens? Or something deeper?
I don't think they're even human. I was slicing onions last night. Standard cut, Julienne. And every slice had a different watermark burned into it. QR codes. I scanned one and it took me to a live stream of my own kitchen. From angles I don't got cameras for.
Are you sure this isn't just your paranoia on a midnight simmer?
Nah, man. This ain't culinary anxiety. This is infiltration. They already took George Foreman, Malcolm X, JFK. They took Abe Lincoln. Probably gave him a fake oven in witness protection. Now it's my turn.
So, you've been off the radar, right? No recent orders from public markets? No smart appliance updates?
Thought I was safe. Switched to analog burners, only buy produce from black market gardens. But something's still slipping through. Dan, my pepper grinder started humming at 3 a.m. low frequency. I traced it.
Traced it where?
To you. To this broadcast.
That's an interesting development.
They're triangulating. Anyone too vocal, too curious. I used to just cook, Dan. Now every stew I make turns into a cipher. Every flame carries a message. I think I'm a conduit. I think I'm the last recipe left.
Are you armed?
Only with flavor. And a backup hard drive sealed in a jar of pickled eggs. If I disappear, open it.
Well, that was Huffman Pirate Chef. culinary prophet and man on the digital run. He says they're coming. Through smart ovens, rice cookers, condiment packets with nano-ink threats. He says they're listening now. He says they know. About me. But I'm fine, right? I mean, this place is locked, lead walls, rum's still cold, camera's green. Still. Why did my kettle just boil on its own? This is FocusDan. This is the Midnight Transmission. So that's it. Today's transmission ends here, inside the neo-noir penthouse bunker. Sleek marble floors, bulletproof rum, 30 floors under the simulation and just a few feet above the abyss. Outside my window, the city still flickers. Well, not the city, just its ghost. 8K footage looping on corrupted hardware. Same rain, same skyline, same lie. And in here, the lights buzz like they're trying to remember something. The rum's half gone and the silence, it's getting brave again. If you made it this far, you're either immune to the noise or you are the noise. Either way, I respect it. They say reality is what we agree on. But I don't agree with that anymore. Not the data, not the calm, not the blinking blue light that follows me when I move through the bunker. So I keep talking. Because as long as the signal's live, I know I'm not the only one who remembers what it feels like to question the feed. But if this mic ever goes cold, if one night the transmission doesn't arrive, you'll know the silence found me first. Don't trust your calm. Don't trust your mirror. And if you find yourself 30 floors down, bring your own signal. I'm FocusDan. This was the Midnight Transmission. Out.